Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Brandon here again with another great episode for Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Gurman, and he's selling his Amazon FBA business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Gurman, and how are you doing today?
Hi, Brandon. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really great. It's nice having you on the call today and to talk about this business you've created. I'm going to go into a brief summary of the business really quick before we get started with the interview questions. It's an Amazon FBA business in the health and beauty niche created in November 2018. The average monthly revenue for the business is $13,552 and makes an average of $2,455 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit the empireflippers.com marketplace and search for listing 47212 to learn more about the business or place a refundable deposit to start your due diligence if interested in purchasing this asset. So now I'm going to go into a general overview of the business as well as far as what's included with the sale. There are 3 SKUs, a trademark, a Facebook account, a Facebook audience list with about 2,500 past subscribers or purchasers that can be retargeted. And then also it is worth noting that inventory is not normally included in the list price, but further details can be provided to active depositors. So Gurman, can you tell me a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been into selling and flipping things forever, really. My parents are business owners, so I guess the entrepreneurship kind of runs in my blood. I guess I started out by selling things on eBay, things from around the house, and then I got into flipping things on eBay and Craigslist and stuff like that. And that was before I even got to college. And then when I was in college, I started sourcing things from China to sell on eBay. And while doing more research about skin, I found out about Amazon FBA. And so I started this Amazon FBA business in my senior year, and I've been running it for about a year, and now I'm getting ready to sell it.
That's awesome. So how did you get the idea to get into this specific niche? I know you said, you did a little bit of selling with eBay. Was there something that stood out during your whole process of learning how to sell things, products online that stood out to you with this specific niche?
Well, when I got to Amazon, or I guess when I found out about selling on Amazon, I found out that, product research is really the most important thing. And so I spent quite a bit of time on that, finding the right product. When I did, I guess that was kind of like the product. And then I started with one product, and then I kind of added another one and then another one. And now we have 3. So yeah, just by finding one and then I guess growing and adding more SKUs.
Awesome. So why did you decide to choose this specific business model with Amazon and not do something like a drop shipping or maybe even an e-commerce store to kind of get all of the traffic to a website versus on the platform with Amazon?
So when I was selling on eBay, I had quite a bit of orders. So it's a lot of shipping. And then when I found out about Amazon, I learned that Amazon is the one that fulfills all the orders and takes care of all the returns and stuff. And I also saw that you can sell a lot more on Amazon. So it was really, I guess there were quite a few benefits to that. I'm not having to deal with shipping out orders and dealing with returns and all that other stuff, warehousing. And plus you can sell a lot more on Amazon than you can on eBay. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And like you said, not having to worry about handling the logistics yourself, that's a big time saver as well. So the business is doing so great right now, Gurman. Why is it that you're deciding to sell the business at this time?
This business is my first Amazon FBA business. Like I said, I started about a year ago, and that was just me getting into the Amazon space. And when I was doing product research, I just kind of found this product that looked very good on paper. It seemed like it would make me money, and I had a plan for it. And I saw how I could potentially grow it into a bigger brand, which we have now. But to be quite honest, the products that we have right now, it's not something that I'm passionate about. And I feel like if I want to do something for long term, I want to be passionate about it. And so I just launched 2 more brands or 2 more products that actually line up with my lifestyle. And one of those products is something that I actually use quite a bit. So I'm just trying to focus on those and kind of put my money towards those brands and projects, I guess, and start growing those instead.
No, that makes sense. And, it's very hard to stay focused on the business and really push it to the full potential when it is a product that you don't, necessarily have a desire or interest in. So yeah, I can completely understand you on that front. Now, is there anything that you've learned while growing this business that you plan, on applying to these future FBA businesses down the road?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, this is my first Amazon FBA business, so I'm still learning, and definitely I've learned quite a bit in this past year, and I'm already applying all of those, I guess, skills that I learned to my new products and new brands to kind of keep growing them and turn them into something great.
Now, on the flip side of that, Gurman, was there, anything that you might have tried while growing this business that just didn't give you the ROI you were expecting?
I guess one of the things would be something that I thought would great return on my investment, things like even improvements to the product or improvements to the listing or advertising. For example, we tried like Facebook ads and YouTube ads, and I'm no expert on those. I was just trying them out, and I was trying to learn how to do things the proper way, I guess, in regards to advertising. Some of those things just didn't pan out as I would have thought. And I guess the best example I could make is I was once trying to decide on a hero image for one of the listings, and I thought that one of them would work much better. And then when we tested it out using PickFu, it turned out that 48 out of 50 people chose the other image that, that I didn't pick because I thought the other one would work better. So yeah, definitely some things that I've done that didn't work as well as I thought they would.
Oh, that makes sense. And then now, so can you describe a little bit about, the majority of where your traffic comes from? Is it mostly coming from organic search within Amazon, or are you running PPC on Amazon as well, or?
Exactly. Yeah. So all the traffic is organic and PPC. So we don't bring any outside traffic into our listing. So it's just straight from Amazon, people searching for the products, and also PPC. Yeah.
Okay. And then other forms of marketing, are you doing anything with the Facebook account, or is that strictly just kind of posting new products as you launch them and smaller things of that nature?
So honestly, we've never really done anything with the Facebook account. It was just kind of there from the start, I guess. We have it just so that we tried doing like Facebook ads, but no, never really even posted anything. And I guess that's another reason why I'm looking to start. Well, I've already started, but I'm looking to, I guess, stay with something that I'm passionate about, because with the products that I just launched with my new brands, I would be more than happy to create content and post daily about those products because I'm just very passionate about them. Mm-hmm. Something that I use. But with the business that I'm selling right now, none of those products are really, I guess, my passion or anything like that. So never really posted anything or created any content.
No, that makes sense. And then now, on the subject of Facebook, can you describe a little bit more about what the audience list entails?
Actually, you're not able to get it anymore just because things on Amazon are always changing. But a few months ago, you were able to get a customers list with names, addresses, and all that stuff. And you can create an audience on Facebook, and then you can run ads to your previous purchasers. So if they want to buy another one of our products, or you could also create a lookalike audience. I'm sure people that are listening to this know exactly what I'm talking about. So you would create a lookalike audience, and you can run ads to that audience as well.
Okay. No, it's really good to see that you're able to kind of gain a little bit of, of a list from that prior to Amazon kind of shutting that program down. So that's always a valuable asset to have. Now, could you go into a little bit of the details on how you're getting your inventory from your suppliers to Amazon themselves?
Yeah, so our suppliers are based in China, and we try to, I guess, differentiate because that's the way of doing things on Amazon nowadays. You can't just throw up, a product and, make the money that you want to make. You really have to differentiate in order to, I guess, stand out and not be bothered so much by the competition. You want to create like a different product. So both of our products are a combination of at least two suppliers. Well, just two, actually. So for both of the products, we combine two different products and put it together. So that creates just a little bit of work. Instead of, emailing one supplier and saying, hey, we need to reorder, you kind of have to email two different ones and say, hey, we need to order this product. So can you send your inventory to the other supplier? And then the other supplier packs it. And then we just create a label on Amazon, and then we ship it to Amazon. Usually it's Dallas, Texas, and we ship it by DHL Express or any other express method, I guess. So by air.
So that's also offering another opportunity, if a potential buyer has the capital to really invest in maybe sea transport, maybe they can save a little bit on the margins with that as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was one of the main things, or I guess one of the main challenges and one of the main reasons why I'm selling this brand is because it's really hard to free up cash to have quite a few different products. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I always had to do express shipping, and which is really expensive, but that's kind of what you had to do in order to, I guess, order smaller quantities because I didn't have the cash to order big quantities. And when you order small quantities, you have to ship them quickly. And that's why I had to use the expensive shipping methods.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Hypothetically speaking, Gurman, if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways that you would try and grow it yourself?
I think definitely making improvements to the actual product and the listing. So I haven't put a lot of time into what we currently have or the products that I have for sale because I've been focusing on things that are more attractive to me, which are the new products that I've launched. But there's, I guess, quite a bit of room for improvement if somebody wanted to, I guess, optimize the listings a little bit better. So to our products that don't have A plus content or used to be called EBC, things like that. And then just creating more content about the products. So one of the products that we have, it's a little bit, I guess, complicated or tricky, can be to some people. And so honestly, what I would probably do is create like a simple video, and we are brand registered. So a video could be on the listing, just a simple video showing the customer how to operate or set up the product. And I think that would greatly improve one, sales, and then two, the returns, because it is complicated and people who don't figure it out just return it back to us.
Okay. So that's another low-hanging fruit to adding a, video of the product to usage, within the listing itself. And that's good to hear that you're already Amazon brand registry, qualified. So that's, another low-hanging fruit that a potential buyer could also capitalize on. Now, what do you feel are maybe even some of the potential risks associated with this business then?
Well, just the fact that the business is on Amazon and Amazon is always changing, that's always a risk. So you hear a lot of people say, what worked a few years ago doesn't necessarily work now. So, of course, something could change and the things that we're doing now might not work in the future. So, the average that we make right now, it's not going to run like that for forever. You know what I mean? So it may be like that for a few years, but then if things are changing, then of course you need to adjust to that. So that's definitely a risk.
Right. Most of the times I'm talking to Amazon FBA business owners, it's usually the biggest associated risk with the business is coming from Amazon themselves. Not really any other outside source. Now, can you describe, a little bit of the work that you're doing on a weekly basis for the business at this time?
Not that much is involved, just reordering products. And since we're reordering smaller quantities, I have free cash or more free cash available. Reordering takes place a little bit more often than I guess maybe other sellers who purchase large quantities and ship by sea. So if you purchase less, you have to do it more often. So that takes up a little bit of time. And then monitoring PPC campaigns, I try to do that once every week. I usually have a set day that I do it so that I guess the time frame is the same every time that I monitor the campaigns and make any changes. Other than that, just, yeah, nothing much really.
Okay. Just monitoring analytics from there and just checking numbers and just keeping on top of that. So, okay. Now, do you feel like there's any specific skill set that a buyer should have prior to purchasing this business?
I guess familiar with the space, at least e-commerce, but definitely would recommend being familiar with Amazon FBA and kind of how things work because it's quite a bit different from running your own website. But I'm assuming that whoever is looking to purchase Amazon FBA businesses, I'm sure they have at least a little bit of knowledge about how Amazon works. So that would be a requirement. But even then, it's quite simple.
And then now, because I know, we've already kind of touched base a little bit on some future FBA products and businesses that you're planning to start up. Are you willing to commit to a non-compete, meaning you'll stay out of this specific niche?
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect. And I know you said this doesn't really interest you much anymore. So, that's kind of part of the interview process. But, how much support are you willing to offer potential buyers that are looking at this business? Are you going with the typical 30 days of email and Skype support, or is there something in addition you'd like to add on?
So honestly, I think the listing says that it's the 30-day Skype support, but I'm available as, as much as needed. Of course, it can't be my, 9 to 5 job, but, if the buyer has, any questions or I guess anything, anytime really. And I mean, I know people in the space and it's always good to kind of communicate with them and maybe exchange ideas or just talk about the business. So, I'm always there and I've sold a business before and I'm still in touch with the buyer. So, 30 days, Skype, absolutely. But even after that, reach out to me at any time. I'll help out as much as I can. So honestly, yeah, as much as the buyer wants.
That's really great to hear. And I'm sure, any potential buyers that are listening to this call and, looking to definitely have that support, in place, I'm sure they can see the value in that. Now, Gurman, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think that this business is worth buying?
Well, I think first of all is the fact that it's already kind of set up and it's working. I wouldn't say automated because there is a little bit of work involved. Like I said, reordering and monitoring the numbers and the PPC and all that stuff, but also because there's room for growth. Like I said, there's a lot of basic things that we haven't done just because I haven't focusing on these products, on this brand, just because I've been trying to focus on something that I guess interests me a little bit more. But yeah, just because it's already working and because there's a lot of opportunity there for, it doesn't require, like I said, some basic things haven't been done and those things wouldn't probably greatly improve the performance of the products and the brand.
Oh, that's great. Now, okay, just, a few sideline questions before we wrap this up. Now, is there anyone who inspired you while you were building this business that our listeners might like as well?
As everyone knows, there's a lot of gurus on YouTube selling courses and all that stuff. And I've actually purchased one before, but I guess the one person that always comes to mind is Brock Johnson. He's a YouTuber and he has his course, but the only difference is his course, I purchased it for $1, and I believe right now it's just $1 a month, and it has all the information you could possibly get, like literally anything you can think of, or literally anything that you could possibly need for an Amazon FBA journey. He has it for almost nothing. So yeah.
Oh, that's really great. Some valuable advice and, opportunity for people that are looking to get into the space as well to kind of get a little insight and a little knowledge from them as well. Now, what advice would you give to our listeners that you wish you knew when you started this business?
Honestly, it's not as easy as people make it sound. Again, those gurus that I just mentioned, you see ads on Facebook and YouTube saying that, you just launch a product and, you're set for life. It doesn't really work like that. And as I mentioned earlier, we try to differentiate our products because it's very easy for somebody to see like our product or even like our competitor and say, oh, hey, they're selling a lot, so we're just going to launch our own. Well, that would be very easy for somebody to do. But with our products, we've tried to differentiate and kind of bundle different products so that it's harder for business to replicate. So definitely not as easy as just throwing up a product and raking in the money. But yeah, I guess just it's not as easy, and continuous learning and always trying to improve the product and the numbers and everything, the conversion, optimization, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's something that we do, talk about a lot within our content is definitely making sure to build a moat around your castle and make it harder and more of a challenge for a barrier to entry into your space. So that's important. It's really good that you've built that as well with your business. Now, was there, anything that had really driven you or motivated you while you were running this business?
I think just the fact that I was able to do it as a full-time college student from my room with a laptop. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And I guess not a lot of people can say the same thing. And it made some good money. And now I'm excited to keep growing in the Amazon FBA space. And it's just very exciting.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. And I'm sure we have plenty of listeners that are kind of in that same boat, maybe even, going through college, trying to figure out another way to start something on the side. And the fact that you've been able to do it, I'm sure that can definitely, motivate others to do the same. Now, was there, any specific type of software or tools that you were using, at the beginning or even during the process of running your business?
Yeah, so I've tried quite a few different things from Jungle Scout to God, I can't remember now. It's been a while, but I'd certainly recommend Helium 10. That's why I can't remember any of the other ones because I've stuck with them for a little bit and they provide like everything you need. So if somebody is trying to learn or about Amazon FBA or looking to get, I guess, more information about it and how to get started and how to, I guess, keep growing, scaling, Helium 10, definitely recommended. Can't do it without it.
No, definitely. I'm sure all of our listeners that are looking for the little golden nuggets within this call to kind of really set themselves up. Helium 10, check it out. Cool. So now, Gurman, was there anything that I, might have missed that you'd like to share in this call?
No, I think we got it all.
Perfect. Well, all right, everyone. So thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing is sold or place a deposit, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 47212. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and click the link in the description to go straight to this listing and place a deposit where you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.